Welcome back. Now, one is a local musician who, without a shadow of doubt, needs no introduction, for he has contributed his whole life and wealth of knowledge, talent and patience to jazz music here at home. The other is a Swiss musician, band leader and composer and music teacher. The two musicians, who met in 2000, have had a friendship that is as solid as their working relationship, and tomorrow they will perform at the Springs Theatre in Ekurhuleni and give the crowd evidence of what happens when two sharp, committed and talented musicians put their heads together. As if that is not enough, McCoy Mrubata and Marcus Hauser will be supported by Bernice Boikanyo, Thembinkosi, Mavimbela and Paul Hanmer. It's going to be a treat and a half. Well, Mrubata and Hauser join us now live in studio. Gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning. Thank you.
Let's start with you, McCoy. Take us back to when the two of you met. What was happening? When was that?
It was in Switzerland. We were introduced by another Mark who used to live in South Africa. He worked for Bongeni and stuff. He lived there for 15 years. Yeah, and he brought Marcus along, and he loved the way I played. We kind of had this idea, maybe we could do something together. We swapped CDs, and then things followed up, emailed and stuff like that. By the way, it was not 2000, it's not so long ago, 2015.
2015, okay, not so long ago.
Yes, 2 years ago,
Marcus, take us through meeting McCoy. So, I mean, what was that? And you guys swapped CDs, but what had happened prior to that?
It actually was, I heard McCoy live. I heard him in a jazz club in Basel in Switzerland. And I was actually searching for another saxophone player I would like to work together. The same color, who has the same color, who has the same feeling. And when I heard McCoy, I knew that's the guy.
Yeah. What have been some of the things that compelled you to work with Marcus?
Well, after hearing, I had also an opportunity to see him live, to listen to him. He came to my gig, and then Mark Roth took me to his gig. I was knocked out. And then he actually made me practice even more, because his technique is something else.
Yeah.
And also, the good thing also, what he noticed, he saw that the first music I wrote for this tour is tailor-made definitely for this. It's very versatile. You could be hearing Eric Marienthal, Sanborn, Kenny Garrett, and him within that. Yeah, he is special.
Yeah. What have you learned from McCoy since you guys started this relationship?
I learned a lot. I learned a lot about African music, the phrasing, the melodies, because it's a different way of playing. And McCoy has this. He's just a cool cat. And when I'm on stage with him, he just makes you feel good. I'm always a little bit over temper, and with McCoy it's like, hey,
because I'm old.
no, I didn't say that.
I'm saying
he called himself old. All right. How long is Marcus in South Africa for? And take us through the process. What is he going to be doing in the meantime?
We are actually on tour. After Springs Theatre, Ekurhuleni, in my area today, this afternoon at 3 o'clock. We're gonna go to Durban. We have series of gigs. Starting on Monday, University of Natal, Zulu Natal, and then the hotel, Pine Town, and then we go to Cape Town, and then come back. It's a series of gigs. If you can check the gig guide, everything is there.
Marcus, what happens on stage? I mean, you've spoken about how calm McCoy is, and you're usually up tempo, but why is that synergy important? That you guys gel on stage.
It's sometimes it's a little bit difficult to explain. It's it's like a soccer team. When you're playing together, each one is very important in that team, and McCoy and me are the leaders. And we have to score. And that only works if the whole band works together. It's what I meant before when I said McCoy is a cool cat. Is he has this ability to get out each one of the musicians on a different level, to put them on a different level. And for me, it's just I feel very comfortable. I feel very comfortable.
Now you've got Bernice, Thembinkosi, and Paul working with you on this.
That's right.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, when we were planning this, we gave it a big thought as to what should the rest of the band comprise of, and of course I don't leave Paul behind. My twin brother, to be crime. Then I thought of a combination of Thembinkosi and Bernice had never played together, and I listen to Marcus's music. You know, there's a lot of double bass, upright bass. I normally use electric bass with Peter Skler, and then I thought of Thembinkosi, and the way they gel, it was like, wow, they've been playing for years.
Yeah,
it was working out great.
What have been the highlights of working with McCoy for you?
The highlights. Every minute we play music together,
Yeah.
you know. No, it started already at the rehearsal. The first day we started with the rehearsal. I mean, we had 2 days of rehearsals, and it just knocked in right away after 2 minutes. It's even difficult to say the highlights. It's just. We get each concert, it's getting better, and from the beginning away, I was just blown away because I played with many musicians all over the world.
Yeah.
But this is it's a different level.
But there's something as well, McCoy, between South African jazz and Swiss jazz. Somewhere there's I mean, how many other South Africans work with Swiss musicians? Somehow these two countries and jazz music, there's a marriage there. What do you think?
There is. I don't know what it is, you know, this exchange is brilliant, you know, with the Rainmakers and Bokani Daya and his cats and Marcus Wyatt, you know. I can't explain it, but it's good. It's a good thing.
Well, Marcus touched on it a little bit about, you know, the sound as well. There's something about the sound that, you know, sort of marries the two. What do you think makes it come together also, you know, so good on stage?
Well, their jazz has got a lot of traditional, you know, music, you know, influences, as with us, Mpakanga and Umnusho, and all that. You know, they're lyrical, you know. Yeah. So maybe that's that, you know, partly that. Yeah.
For you, Marcus, where do you think it works so well, that partnership?
It's a sense of melodies. It's, you know, we played 2 concerts already, and the greatest compliments for me were always when the South African musicians or people who come to the concert say, when they close their eyes, they think a South African saxophone player is standing next to McCoy. That's the biggest compliment for me, because I'm from Switzerland. But I think what makes it easy to work together is somehow the traditional music from Switzerland has a lot common. Even if people don't think that, but there is a lot of things, or has a lot of common things with the South African music, the melodies and all this, the phrasing, how we play, and the harmonies. Maybe that's the reason, I don't know.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. And it's today, hey?
That's right, it Springs Theatre, yes.
What time?
3 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock at Springs Theatre. All right, Swiss musician Marcus Hauser is in the country. Part of his visit is performing with his friend and respected musician McCoy Mrubata at the Springs Theatre today at 3 p.m. If you're a jazz lover, make sure you attend this one. Paul Hanmer will be on the piano, Thembinkosi Mavimbela on the double bass, and Bernice Boikanyo on drums. More music from them later on the program. All right, let's take a